Hi, welcome to the May edition of Heart of Gold. I am Paul Chartier, and the gentlemen from the Fayette County Fatherhood Initiative are here. David Cozart with the organization, and maybe a volunteer, Alvin Wells. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
We're going to get into the important stuff that you do, but for an overview, David, tell people what the initiative does.
Yeah, the Fayette County Fatherhood Initiative is a initiative of the Lexington Leadership Foundation. Lexington Leadership Foundation is a faith-based organization that is designed to connect and mobilize the body of Christ, and has several initiatives, youth initiatives, reading initiatives. The Fayette County Fatherhood Initiative came on in the last year and a half, and our mission is to restore, equip, and deploy fathers and men back into the family, the faith community, and the community at large.
What has happened to fathers?
Fathers, I think, have been systemically removed in certain situations. That removal and many times is self-induced. So I call it father absence. I try not to use fatherless because nobody truly is fatherless. But I call it father absence, and father absence has gradually become so pervasive and catastrophic in families and in our communities over really centuries, over centuries.
Is it demographically based?
What we know is from credible sources like National Fatherhood Initiative, Census Bureau, they use numbers like 24 million homes are absent of their fathers, nearing 25. 1 in 3 homes and children coming up in homes without their fathers. If you distill that down to the African American diaspora, that number jumps to 2 out of 3. Some stats say 3 out of 4. So when you ask if it's demographic, there are parts of the demographics that are more, it's more catastrophic within.
And Alvin, why is the presence of a father so crucial in the lives of children?
Well, studies have shown that when the father is not in the home, grades possibly could suffer, behavior issues at school, and just the knowledge and the wisdom that a father can give a child would be missing. And that's something that when a child doesn't have that, they kind of go searching other places. And sometimes those places are not beneficial for those children. So.
And you're a volunteer with the organization?
I'm one of the facilitators of a program of 24/7 Dad. And it teaches a dad to be the best dad possible. And just like the title says, 24/7, you're always a dad 24/7. You're never off the clock like you would punch out from your job. That's something that you always will be doing.
So Alvin, who's plugged into your program?
Our program, the one that I facilitate, is at Bethel Harvest Church, and we have a number of men that at that church that has gone through the program. It's a 12-week course. We meet once a week, 2 hours a day, the days that we do meet. And it just teaches the men about themselves, how to be the best dad possible, aware of some of the issues that the child is dealing with. So that's what we are.
And David, how many fathers are involved in the program?
Yeah. We just ran some numbers. Again, we've been up a year and a half. Our numbers as far as fathers that have come through our doors, we're up around a little over 200 men that have been served through the Fayette County Fatherhood Initiative in some way at some level. And so what we do is very partner heavy. You've heard it said that I can do bad all by myself. I would augment that to say when you're addressing an issue as mammoth as father absence, you will do bad all by yourself. So we realize that in keeping with the mission of the Leadership Foundation and the Fatherhood Initiative within it, that we seek to unite and mobilize others. So we use, partner with churches, we partner with community agencies, And so the number of men that have potentially in families and children that can be impacted, I don't think we can get all those numbers because of the exponential impact of.
It's a huge multiple.
Absolutely, it's a multiplier. Because some of the things you heard Alvin mention education, implications of father involvement. Numbers say that 90% of children that are homeless or runaway from a home absent of a father. I think it's 63% of children that commit suicide, attempt suicide, home absent of a father, 85% in juvenile prison institutions, absent of a father. So the things and the people that an involved, positively involved father impact is innumerable.
You're saving kids' lives.
Exactly. When you were asking for numbers, just the number of men that has come through the program that I facilitated, it was almost 30 children that was involved in just the men that was there. So as David was saying, you know, you just continue to multiply that because you really don't know exactly how that's going to affect those children's lives.
So here are these children who now have a father figure in their life. They'll become better students. The probability of committing suicide will go down. They probably will stay out of crime. They'll become better community citizens, responsible young adults, contributors to our society when they get older. And who benefits? The entire city of Lexington, all of Central Kentucky.
Yes. We feel like that it is a root cause for many of the issues that we're dealing with, many of the social issues that we're dealing with. And so we don't want to create the illusion that we're batting 1,000, right? So every dad that
Nobody
we touch,
does.
Every dad that we're speaking to, that there's complete reunification and we're creating Cleaver and Huxtable households with everybody we touch. It's not happening like that. But we are impressing upon these men and wives and significant others in many instances the importance of a healthy relationship between the father and the mother, and the importance of a positively engaged and involved father in the lives of their children.
We're all guys. How do you get a guy who's got the He-Man stuff to come to some meeting to become a better father? What's the lure of you getting a father to attend your meetings?
Well, the way we did it at Bethel Harvest Church, we have small groups already. And every semester, beginning of every semester, we have something called Rally Day. So that means all the small groups set up their tables, their booths, and basically the information that's going to be covered in those different groups is a part of your presentation. So men walk around and actually men do go and tell other men that, you know, this would be a good group. The guys that went through the program with me said that, you know, we're going to be ambassadors for the group. You know, we're going to tell them this is definitely a good group, a good program to participate in.
So they attend without food and without sports. They come to the meetings.
Well, there is refreshments. You know, we're there for 2 hours, and we start at 6:30, so that's kind of right in the dinner hour. And a lot of them are coming from work or, you know, coming from the gym or something like that. So we do have refreshments there. Not saying that, you know, that's not an added plus, but
right, they're not coming for the food.
Right.
It's there just to keep them awake.
We found that it's important to do that. Again, some are coming from work, some are coming from other things, and it's nourishment more than incentive than anything. And it sets an atmosphere that's conducive for the communication. And so it's more of comfort and not a mandate. We work with lots of people, lots of partners that refer men to us, drug court, family court, DCBS. So some of the men are required to attend groups, but they're not required to attend our group. We're under a federal grant. Everything has to be voluntary. So they're there voluntarily. So many will come as a suggestion of those that they're responsible to, but I haven't had anyone say that it was an arduous task once they got in.
Great.
And once the atmosphere is created, once it's connected to the positive life outcomes of their children, they come, and they come back, and many look forward to and use it as a peer support group.
So what are the challenges to get more men in your program?
Yeah. I think it's just an awareness. Some people, you don't know you need development when you need development. So, and so it takes some awareness being raised. We also have other components, a healthy marriage component, because part of being a good father is being in a healthy relationship, preferably in a monogamous married relationship with that mother. But that can't always happen. We know that, so we don't beat anybody up for that. Some of our men have multiple children by multiple women, so you can't marry them all. And so we talk about healthy relationships and healthy co-parenting, and we also talk about economic stability. So that's financial literacy, financial stability,
It all works together.
employability, being a total man for the sake of those children.
Who oversees the entire program? Is it Eric Geary and his team? Because it sounds like the components are crucial for the success of what you've got going on.
So we have a team. I work with a partnership coordinator, Miles Phelps, and we have 2 case managers, Michael Jackson and Maggie Middleton, and that is the Fayette County Fatherhood Initiative team along with myself. And we all handle, on any given day, any of us might talk to a father because we really want it to be relational. And we have many partners that are out there. We work with probably nearing 30 different faith organizations or community organizations. We've had cohorts at the Vineyard Church, Bracktown, Mount Calvary, NIA Community of Faith, multiple churches, the Nest, Assurance Pregnancy Help Center. All these are partners that we use and have.
Let's give your website before we wrap up here in a minute.
Yeah,
so people can contact you.
Yeah, you can go to Lexington Leadership Foundation website, which is lexlf.org, and then you can go straight to the fakefathers.org. The number is 859-277-3087.
And does that come to you, David?
I'll get that call, and you know, obviously the website is accessible to everybody.
Great continued success to you. I mean, you guys are changing lives and families in the community. You may not realize the impact of what you're doing. You may, but if you don't, it's a big task and a big responsibility, and the entire city thanks you for the invisible job that you're doing. Thank you. Keep it up.
We appreciate the opportunity.
Don't lose your focus, because it's greatness that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alvin. Thank you, David. Thanks.
Thank
I'm
you.
Paul Chartier. We'll be right back on Heart of Gold.